Welcome to Kruje. This is Kruje, Albania, and it's 25th of December. The castle is open, so it's a very nice place to spend the 25th of December in Albania. I have heard that most of the people are Muslim, but they don't necessarily abide strictly to Muslim traditions, and they tend to celebrate Muslim holidays as well as Christian holidays, but in a very light manner. Yesterday, the 24th of December, was very lively in Tirana. In the evening, there was an amusement park in the center of the city, which had been here for a couple of days, I suppose. And then people were just wandering about, having street food and drinks, coffees. So this is Kruje Castle, and it's quite nice. The view is wonderful. And it seems there are people actually living here. I just went down, just walked on the left, and yes, there were people living there and doing some works on the road. I mean, on the alley. So Kruje is very touristy actually for Albania. Down the road there are a lot of shops. It's the bazaar, and people just greet you in English and tell you the price immediately in euros. But if you ask for a discount and quote the price in lek, they actually either listen to you and they may give you the discount you want or a bit more, or the other attitude, I got both of them, is that they're annoyed and they walk away. So they're not hostile, but they're just annoyed because it seems that the prices in euros are fixed. Whether when you start quoting the lek price, then you can ask for a discount. And it helps to know a little bit of Albanian, even if it is just numbers. Another thing I have noticed about Albania is that instead of saying 800 or 900, they're going to say just 9 or 8. Which is very misleading, because as they mixed euros and lek, and basically the change they use in shops is €1 is 100 lek, I end up not knowing what they're talking about. But most of the time they speak in euros, so you can figure out. Now, another thing I have noticed is that they mix up 100 and 1,000, and I don't think that they want to rip me off. I just think that they just mix it up. Okay, so this morning I took the bus to go to Kruje in Tirana regional terminal, and the driver said 2,000. He said 2,000, but actually I said, no, it's 200. Then he showed me a note, and yes, it was a 200 note, so he didn't want to take advantage of me of it, just got mixed up with numbers. And I'm not even sure what he was using as a language. Here people know some Italian, some know it very well, some less well, but they tend to sometimes use Italian and sometimes English. So so sometimes, yes, some things get lost in the translation. So there's a lady having an argument with the security guard in front of the entrance. I think it's written that the entrance, I mean the access is closed on Mondays, and they're talking about it, arguing about it. So there's a restaurant here.
Lui sa tutta la storia. Gjone mami? Po ta pyetësh ti gjyshin gjithë historinë.
That's really nice here. So this is the view from the castle. It's breathtaking, very quiet, except for the music on the right. But I think it's part of Albanian culture to have a lot of music on. And there is not, I wouldn't say there is one type of music that they're listening to. Yesterday in central Tirana, I heard a lot of different types of music, but they tend to play lively music. But I don't know if it makes sense. Music that makes you feel like dancing. And there was a man yesterday in Tirana who was playing some traditional instrument. I'm not too sure what it is. So here is another view, getting close to the wall, and to be honest, I don't feel comfortable with altitude, so I'm not going to get very, very close to the wall. Yeah. Wow, that's beautiful. So I'm just going 360 degrees, and here is the restaurant. So Albania is sweet. Albania is sweet and convenient. When I arrived yesterday at the airport, I walked outside of the terminal towards the left, as it was indicated, I think somewhere in a tourist guide, or I don't know, online, I forgot. And then it was obvious that there were the buses. It was easy to find the right bus just by saying Skanderberg, which is Skanderberg, in Tirana, which is the center of Tirana, and immediately people replied to me and said here. So they are very communicative. They don't pretend not to hear, not to understand. They're not indifferent. And to know the price, it was also easy. I forgot what language they used, but it was 400 lek, and that was more or less what I had seen again in the tourist guides. So it's quite reassuring that you arrive and you're not quoted a price completely different from what you had read or heard before. And that another 360-degree view. So, what can I say after my first day in Tirana? I want to say that I couldn't find any street food, like for instance the börek. I mean, yes, there was street food, but I could not find the börek that people were saying in YouTube videos that you can find everywhere. Instead, I found a lot of pizza restaurants or like pizza fast food, and I ended up in one of those restaurants, and the pizza was good. But I definitely wanted to have the börek. So yeah, that's a bit bizarre. Central Tirana, I could not find that. I'm not sure whether it's because it was evening and maybe the street food is not open. I don't know. But this morning on the way to Kruje, I actually spotted one outlet, but I was on the bus. It was not possible to get one börek. But hopefully before I leave in 2 days' time, I will have the opportunity to have one. So I think that it's my time to have a visit to the beautiful outdoor restaurant. So so far so good. I would just like to say that the only thing which is a little bit difficult to manage is really the prices. The prices, it's difficult to understand what they mean, and you can face a little bit of rejection if you start trying to get a discount, but not always. But I think that the most important thing is to really make sure at the beginning you know in which currency they speak. Right now it's my time to go to to the restaurant.